Welcome to A Tale from Andalusia, a story that intertwines glory with downfall, a shining throne with a tearful exile. Today, we narrate the story of a man who was both a crowned king and a poet with a gifted pen. He lived a life of luxury and political power but tasted the bitterness of ruin in the end. This is the story of Al-Mu'tamid ibn Abbad, the king who transformed from the master of palaces to a prisoner in exile. From a symbol of glory to an unforgettable lesson in history. Join us as we unravel a tale of poetry, politics, and inevitable destiny. Origin and rise. In the city of Seville in 1040 AD, Muhammad ibn Abbad, known as Al-Mu'tamid, was born. He grew up under the care of his father, Al-Mu'tamid ibn Abbad, one of the most powerful kings of the four states in Andalusia. Al-Mu'tamid mastered the arts of chivalry and politics but stood out for something else. Poetry. Upon his father's death, Al-Mu'tamid ascended the throne in the prime of his youth, beginning a new chapter in Andalusian history. The romantic Prince Al-Mu'tamid married a concubine named Itimad al-Moatamid, and the story of their union was as poetic as his verses. One day, while strolling with his advisor and poet Ibn Amr along a riverbank, Al-Mu'tamid was enchanted by the rippling water and mused, "The wind wove armor from water." He challenged Ibn Amr to complete the verse, but before the poet could respond, a woman's voice added, "What a battle-ready shield if only it froze." Struck by the brilliance and wit of the woman, Al-Mu'tamid purchased her freedom, elevated her status, and married her, making her the queen of Andalusia. He showered her with jewels, treasures, and a life of splendor, and she remained his devoted partner through prosperity and downfall. As misfortune struck, the hardship of captivity wore heavily on Itimad. Unable to endure tribulations, she passed away before her husband, buried in Abbad near his prison cell. Expansion and politics. Al-Mu'tamid ibn Abbad was not merely a poet enamored with words but also a shrewd leader who understood that politics was the true weapon to safeguard his throne. In an era when Al-Andalus was rife with conflicts among the four kings, he succeeded in expanding his kingdom and transforming Seville into a beacon of power and culture. However, the challenges were greater than they seemed. Enemies lurked in the north, and conspiracies brewed among the rulers. These threats compelled him to seek stronger alliances to balance the scales. The Battle of Al-Zalaka in 1086. Al-Mu'tamid's path crossed with that of Yusuf ibn Tashfin, leader of the Almoravids, at the Battle of Al-Zalaka. This battle was not just a bright chapter in Andalusian history but also a turning point. A decisive Muslim victory was achieved through their alliance. But what appeared to be the culmination of success also marked the beginning of Al-Mu'tamid's ultimate downfall. While the four kings, including Al-Mu'tamid, pursued complacent policies, Toledo fell to the Castilians after a brief siege on May 25, 1085, 1 Safar 478 R. In response, Yusuf ibn Tashfin launched his campaigns to reclaim Andalusian cities one by one. The fall of Seville. As Yusuf's forces advanced, he sent his commander, Siren, to conquer Seville. Realizing that this was a battle for his very existence, Al-Mu'tamid prepared himself for war, enlisting the help of his ally, Alfonso VI of Castile, who provided him with a sizable army. Despite his efforts, the Almoravids defeated him near Córdoba. Al-Mu'tamid retreated to Seville, his capital, and fortified its defenses. Yet, one by one, his kingdom's cities fell to the Almoravids. Córdoba was taken, and his son, Al-Fath ibn al-Mu'tamid, was killed defending it. Ronda followed, where another of his sons, Yazid al-Radi by Allah, was captured and executed. Seville itself eventually succumbed to a determined siege. On September 7, 1091, 22 Rajab 484 R, the Almoravids stormed the city. Al-Mu'tamid fought valiantly outside his palace gates, showing no fear. However, his courage could not alter the outcome. He was captured, and Seville, the jewel of his kingdom, fell to the Almoravids. Fall and exile. From a throne adorned with gold and purple to a humble hut barely holding its walls, Such was the journey of Al-Mu'tamid ibn Abbad, a descent from the glory built by his ancestors to the exile forged by his mistakes. Yusuf ibn Tashfin was justified in ending a reign that had transformed from a symbol of honor to a burden on Al-Andalus. Al-Mu'tamid's downfall seemed to carry a lesson. Revelry and betrayal do not build kingdoms but destroy them. Once a king to whom heads bowed, tributes were offered, and poets showered him with praise, he suddenly found himself a chained prisoner. Dragged with his family to Igmat, he was led into exile, a fate marked by unparalleled cruelty. At the gates of Igmat, the world delivered its final lesson to him. The ruler of palaces that sparkled in Andalusian skies now shared poverty with his family. Mud brick walls replaced those adorned with marble, and barren tables took the place of extravagant feasts. Each day in exile was a bitter reminder of his lost glory, prompting him to reflect on the excess, betrayal, and indulgence that led to his downfall. His poetry, steeped in sorrow and regret, moved hearts and became a testament to a king's undoing. In exile, his words outlasted his throne, immortalizing the story of a monarch who lost himself and his kingdom through folly. The end. The story of Al-Mu'tamid ibn Abbad is not merely the tale of a king whose reign was swept away by the winds of time. It is a profound human tragedy. It exemplifies how arrogance and excess can topple greatness and how betrayal only leads to ruin. His story resounds across generations as a stark warning to leaders who underestimate the weight of their responsibilities and trade loyalty for a fleeting gain. Yet, it also serves as a testament to the power of words. How, even in chains, a poet's verses can outlive golden crowns. Ultimately, Al-Mu'tamid's story is a mirror reflecting the eternal conflict between glory and weakness, reminding us how a single misstep can alter the course of an entire life. If this tale has stirred something within you, share it. History is not just the past but a beacon guiding us through the present and into the future.